Green Arrow issue 2
Yep.
by Ben Percy and art by Otto Schmidt. And I like this more than issue 1. Oh, this is a weird thing because we spoke with Green Arrow that Rebirth issue was essentially issue 1, which meant
Hmm.
issue 1 was essentially issue 2, but you know what I mean? Like, this dealt with all the threads that were set up last time with Emmy betraying him, apparently, to help Shadow, and we get introduced to more of the villains, and it sets up different things, and everyone's kind of split up. So instead of everyone being together this issue, we get everyone going forward in their own separate ways, and there's
Yep.
very little to complain about this time. I think I have one timeline complaint thing,
I
which I'll
I
get
got
to.
a couple to
You got a
say.
couple. All right, okay.
Yeah.
So Emmy and Shadow dump Ollie's body in the water, and we see the secret. I mean, it's huge. I don't know how it's secret, but the secret
Yeah.
base in the water for the villains, which are called the Ninth Circle, which Shadow's working for and wants Emmy to get in on. So we see that. We also get a scene with well, if I've got another complaint, I suppose. Did we have to have John Diggle in the book?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
He was in it before and he was fine.
Yeah.
I
Here's
could have
here's
done
my
that.
thing with that is I stopped reading after Lemire left because
So
those
did I.
first two issues I read were I couldn't take it. So when I came back when Percy took over, basically it was just Fife was his only supporting character left.
Yeah, Dig was gone.
And so when Diggle talks here, like he got fed up with Ollie and took off.
Hmm.
That makes me interested in what had happened. But again, when I saw, personal
See,
security,
I was still playing that into the Lemire stuff because in that, like, you first see Dig as a flashback. He was with Ollie before and then he left, and he doesn't really come back into the team, does he? Kind of is just there.
no, but he's there to help when when they're trying to take over Chinatown,
Yeah,
you know. So he was part of Team Arrow there. So that's just a little bit, inconsistency. Although if you're reading this for the first time, it's the first time you're reading Green Arrow, none of this really matters.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
just
I,
a long time reader.
I don't think
That's good.
there's any confusion in this scene. It just like you get that he's a personal security guy, and that's it. Like that
He's
and
supposed to be the best, but within 4 panels,
yeah,
he loses his mark.
yeah, the guy he's protecting gets burned alive, like right behind him.
it's
I
not
will say
ideal,
that
is it?
No, it's
no,
not.
Ben Percy is at the Johns level at creating villains. Like when Johns was on Flash early, he would just create all these cool new villains. And I feel Percy's doing the same with Green Arrow. Because now you have these burning men.
Yeah, they're called the Burned,
Yep.
and they're part of the Ninth Circle.
Yeah, you have the Ninth Circle, and you had the I forget the guy's name, but he's set to be the new adversary for Ollie that took over the company.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
company did.
He's
Uh,
got him, so yeah.
some of my favorite stuff on this actually might be the Black Canary
Yes.
scenes.
Yep.
This is a bit where I don't understand why this is called Green Arrow and not just Green
Green
Arrow
Arrow,
and
Black
Black Canary.
Canary.
Because even in the first issues, at least all of her scenes were in context of with him.
Right.
This was her doing her own thing.
Yeah, she's got her own like subplot here, even though it's related to Ollie, because she's looking
Hmm.
to see what happened to him and whatever. Because she doesn't believe the lies they're saying in the news, which is nice. It's like building up their
Yeah.
Yeah.
like how she sees him, even though she sort of left in a bit of a huff last issue. It shows how they are. But we get Ollie's assistant dude. What's his name? I forget his name.
Fife.
Fife. There you go. Him finding Ollie because of the beacon, which is actually Emmy's beacon, which makes me think that Emmy's actually not betrayed him, and she's
See,
Well-
I'm not entirely sure that she hasn't betrayed him. I think she did, but she's not committed to it.
right. Okay.
She wants to go with her mother, and so she's like, because obviously she had that relationship. She wants that relationship, but she doesn't want to completely. She's not completely into it.
You might be right, but
No.
the point I was making that she's planked the beacon on him,
Oh yeah,
so that
definitely.
will
Yep.
get found. So
Well, and also, if she wanted to kill him, he would have been dead. Like there would have been just no fishing him out of the water. So she's not full go. I think like it's not a deep undercover, but she's definitely gonna try to handle this.
Yeah, I see. That's the thing. I don't think it's an undercover thing at all. I think she just didn't commit to going that far. I don't
No,
know.
we'll see.
We'll
'Cause
see.
I can't see her just turning on her brother like that after all of this. Like Percy's gone out of his way to show their relationship in the rebirth and in issue 1.
It's
So
true.
I can't see her just cutting the ties.
Jesus Christ, Matt.
It's my mouse thing keeps sliding, so
Dear,
I
dear,
keep
dear.
hitting it when I move my mouse. But anyways, um, no, my whole thing here is how many times are we gonna have a billionaire character that loses everything for them to start from back
Yeah,
from the bottom? Like,
specifically Oliver Queen, it seems to happen,
all the damn time.
yeah, on a fairly regular pace.
And even if you've never read Green Arrow before, if you've seen the show, it happens every season. If you've if you're familiar with Batman in any sense, it happens to Batman all the time. Like,
Yeah.
can we just let the billionaires have their money and keep it like off to the side?
I just want to point out, in the show, he's actually homeless right now. Like
Oh, good God.
that's how much like they took away his money. So it'll be interesting to see how far this goes.
I agree with that they do this far too often. At the same time, I do like the scene where he goes to, I think it's his apartment building, and they're tearing it down.
Yeah.
They're actually demolishing it.
I love the contractor guy looks at him just like he's a bum.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
clearly, like I know he was out for like a couple weeks, but you would think the guy would recognize Oliver Queen even if he's disheveled. But he's just
You'd
like, yeah, that's a lot of people's house there, buddy. Say goodbye. So,
Actually, this is where my one timeline complaint thing, because after this scene of him seeing his apartment building demolished, there's a scene of
Yeah.
Black Canary going to like the police impound where the boat is that he was dumped
Yeah.
off of, right? And I'm like, wait a minute. They said when he woke up that he'd been out for like 2 weeks or something like that. There was
Yeah.
a line of dialogue. And the scene before that was Black Canary on the rooftop going, "Oh, I don't believe these news reports. I'm going to look into this." She waited 2 weeks to go and check
Well,
the
see,
boat.
this is where I got different from you, because I thought, who was it that picked him up again? Was it?
It was Fife.
Yeah, right. So they picked him up out of the water, but they just didn't bring that boat back. They left it there,
I guess
and then it
dunno.
took a couple of weeks for the actual
because he
authorities
was-
to get it back.
maybe because they dumped him from the boat and he floated and washed up. That's where they found the beacon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So maybe they just found the boat later drifting.
yeah.
I guess. It was
Who
just weird
knows?
because it cut to that and it felt like that should have been like the next night after we seen that, scene of Black Canary on the rooftop. Been like,
Yeah.
right, I'm going to look into this. It just felt like, wait a minute, 2 weeks have passed.
Yeah,
What's she,
just,
what's she been doing these past 2 weeks? Sitting playing Angry Birds?
maybe
Like,
she was
what?
maybe she was following other leads that just didn't pan out, and there was no point in looking at them.
You know what? That
In this
wasn't.
universe, they got Pokemon Go too, so she was out.
By the way, I wasn't trying to intentionally make like a weird Birds of Prey pun, but I'll take it.
Well done, sir.
I'll take it anyway. And she finds the logo which was on the coins that go into all the Burning Men's victims when she does some Google searching.
It's terrible if you're a secret organization just leaving your logo on everything.
Not advisable.
No.
But I guess they wanted like people to know there's some sort of organisation that are making all these kills and
That is a good
Yeah.
point. It's like you've got to leave a mark so that you're aware that this is a threat and like
Yeah,
you're in control.
it's like Home Alone 2, the Sticky Bandits. You have a signature.
Sure.
We're not the White Bandits anymore. We're the Sticky Bandits.
Exactly. Exactly. And a calling card. Joker leaves playing cards behind with his, the Joker cards on it.
Yeah. What's the
Because he
point
wants
in
Batman
doing
to
something?
chase him, though.
Yeah.
This is a secret organization. The Court of Owls don't leave calling cards.
That's true.
Well,
That's
no.
all.
But clearly the Court of Owls are better than this Ninth Circle.
Aye. And I'm tempted to count the circles in this logo and see if there's actually 9 of the bloody things. I don't believe there is. I think there's more. But
Count it now. Have to look.
let's get to the bottom of this. Let's get some proper sleuth action going on here.
Like there goes.
No, actually, I think there is 9 because one of them overlap. Like,
Oh my god,
well,
what is
Oh.
going on?
we're establishing what a fraud this 9 circle is. They're leaving their calling card like a bunch of idiots, and their calling card's not even get the correct number of circles.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it is 9 or not. I can't tell.
Also,
Well, then we'll
Wait.
tag Ben Percy on this, and he can tag Otto Schmidt,
yeah,
and
When
we'll get to the bottom.
when she googles it. By the way, I liked it. The Google caption, or well, not Google. You know what I mean? Whatever she's using, the search engine caption says, "Did you mean this?" Because Google does that all the time with people.
Yeah.
And it says 9 circles of hell. Now, I always seem to remember Dante's Inferno being 7 circles of hell. Am I wrong? Was it 9?
That's 9.
Was it 9?
It's 9. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's just my memory then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
The 7th circle always pops up in fiction.
Is that why I'm
for
thinking
being-
7?
I think so,
Yeah.
for being like the most horrific.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I
Something.
like that they're at least naming themselves like after the circles of hell though. I like that.
Yeah.
That's the question. Are there 8 other circles, like subsections of the gang?
I think no, I think they just mean that they're the
worst.
the hell, yeah, they're
Yeah.
down at the bottom.
But
they're
how
the hell.
cool would it be if like this is the American branch, say, and like there are other ones around?
What? So the first circle just like we'll maybe slap you, but we're not that evil.
The first circle gets somewhere really small and shit as an area, whereas the 9th go, we're having America. This is a pretty big area. We'll take this.
I was gonna make a UK joke, but I'm just not at that level yet.
I was wondering which level we were gonna
Yeah.
get when you were playing
Yeah.
it.
Well, we were the 8th circle, but then Brexit happened, so now it's
At like 4.
oh dear. Aye. So the bookend, Ollie 5 basically tells Ollie, "Look, you're not rich anymore. I can't work for free. Piss
What a
off."
prick.
I know.
Although I'm thinking this just might be a cover because he knows they're being watched. And Fife's gonna show up and help because you feel if it was that important they would show it instead of just over the phone.
It was a bit weird. It felt very like. Admittedly, I don't remember much about the character from what I read from like Lemire's run and stuff, but I don't remember
But he
being
worked for him for free almost the whole time.
Yeah, because at that point, so it started off he didn't have a job at all. He was living in his mom's basement because he
Right.
got fired from Queen Industries.
Queen, right?
And then, I was like, yeah, help me out. Come on then. So he did. And then I'm pretty sure they were like living in a van for a while.
Yeah. And then he was living above in the last one. He was living above the Chinese place.
Yeah.
So yeah. So again, he's been working for free for a while. So yeah, I just think this is a plot point that's gonna. We're not gonna do what to Percy what happened to Nick Spencer and get all pissed off because we don't have the full story.
Aye.
I'm sure there's payoffs. This is the second or depending on how you look at it, third issue.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm sure, like, even if it is like an out-of-character thing, even if it is genuine, they'll, like, maybe we'll get a reason why he has had a change of heart, like, or something like that.
There's a thing where I can accept a few things like that in the first few seasons of the series when they're setting the board for their own game. It's like, this is what it was before, but I want this. It's like, well, fine, you can rearrange a few pieces. Like, it doesn't really matter. Break a couple of rules. Do what you want as long as the story going forward is good.
Right.
Yeah. So, we got Dinah, investigating, and Ollie sits up at the end being like, alright, everyone's fucked off. I guess I'm a solo warrior here, and suits up. So it's kind of an in-between issue. It's kind of just like gets all the pieces from the last issue, puts them into new places for the next one. I think it was a solid read though. I enjoyed it. I thought it was better than the last issue because I feel like I had less problems. The Rebirth issue is still the best one though, I think, out of the 3.
Yeah, I'll agree
Yeah,
with that.
probably.
Yeah. But no, it's still a solid series. Still very good. It's a standout for a lot of people, and I think that's...
It's completely fair if you choose this as your favourite series at the minute. But I wouldn't really hold it against you.
I think he's preemptively saying that, so we don't give him shit later.
Get him on it, yeah.
That's-
Because anyone that doesn't say Superman, I want to kick in the teeth. So
oh dear.
that's just my bias.